it's me, Kelsey with Shipwreck Beads. I'm here today and we're going to do a little project with Hotfix crystals, and I also have a giveaway for you that we'll do at the end. So today was the first day of school for my daughter, who is in 5th grade, and that means that she is a top dog at her school this year, and I'm not ready for it. I can't believe that she's a 5th grader already. That means next year she's going to be a middle schooler. And middle schooler means she's a teenager, or will be a teenager. Anyways, it's just very sad. So rather than dwell on school, I'm going to talk a little bit about my summer vacation. And a couple weeks ago, I went to Girl Scout camp with my daughter as a volunteer, and I sort of help out with the crafts and do Girl Scout swaps and for all of the different units. It's Camp Juliet here in Western Washington, and it is a fantastic volunteer camp. It's completely girl-led. I can't say enough about how wonderful this camp is, but one of my favorite parts is the swaps that we get to do, and so I wanted to share with you my little lei lanyard. This year the theme was tropical, so we did we had leis instead of lanyards, and we also have, so here are some of the swaps that I collected. For those of you who aren't in Girl Scouts, swaps are special whatchamacallits affectionately pinned somewhere. They're just little trinkets that the girls make, and they trade with other Girl Scouts, and it's just a real fun way to sort of get the girls to interact with each other and meet girls from other troops. And so here's some of the swaps that we've got. And also at camp you have camp names, or at least the adults and the girl leaders have camp names. My camp name is Bijou, which is French for a small trinket or treasure, which I think was fitting considering my work here. We also have one of the volunteers is named Tigger, so she always does some beaded Tigger tails. Let's see, we've got a little like camp roll, got some beach one. This is from one of my favorite Girl Scouts, Elmo. She did a little beach Elmo. But yeah, they're just little trinkets that the girls make, and it's just a fun sort of Girl Scout tradition. And also one thing that we do is sort of give put-ups, so say nice things about each other and give gifts to each other. And this is one of the gifts that I got from Java Jane, who is one of the leaders of camp. And so this is my little apron that I got for doing crafts. It really came in handy to keep pens, pencils, scissors, all of that stuff. And actually I think I might use this at Bead Fest, because I will be there in the Shipwreck Beads Inspiration Playground teaching some make and takes. And so if you are in the Tacoma area, October 13th through 16th, we'll be there. Shipwreck Beads will have a booth, and I will be in the Inspiration Playground doing some make and takes. And so today I thought we'd do some hot fixing with the Hotfix Applicator, and I've got some crystals here, and so I'm going to bedazzle my little apron because I think it'll come in handy for Bead Fest. And yeah, so we'll go ahead, make sure my Hotfix is hot enough. Why is this not getting hot? Well, darn it. I don't know why this isn't working, but my Hotfix isn't getting hot, so I just asked someone to go grab me one because I don't know why it's not working. Anyways, so a little bit about our giveaway. So I've got a Hotfix applicator that I'm going to be giving away at this post. So all you got to do is comment and like this post to be entered to win. This isn't one that we carry. It was a sample sent to us by a manufacturer, so it's just sort of sitting around. And so I thought we'd give it away. So got a little prize here for you. Yeah, so has anybody ever used the Hotfix Applicator or used the Hotfix crystals before? They're really easy to use, and yeah. I know when I was younger, I really wanted the Bedazzler tool, like, wanted it so bad. It was like the coolest thing. I remember seeing the infomercials and begging my mom for it, and she of course said no because you didn't need something like that. But yeah, it's just a fun. This is much easier, I think, much more modern. Yeah, the Hotfix crystals are really fun to use. So go ahead and I guess get my crystals out and ready. Today I'm using Preciosa Chaton Vivas. I've got 3 different sizes. So I've got the SS20, the SS12, and the SS30. So I'm going to use a combination of these. We're just going to use the classic clear crystal and just really get sparkly. Ooh, there they go. So did everybody have a good Labor Day weekend? I did. I just sat, or actually I came to work. Working on a blog post. Actually, we kind of talked about that on Friday's video. Alright. Just dumping my crystals out here. Really disappointed this thing isn't working. I don't know why. Alright, got my mess of crystals, and we'll go ahead and we can start getting prepped while one of my coworkers brings me a Hotfix that will hopefully work. Okay, so what we've got here, I've got my 3 different size crystals, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start placing my crystals where I want them. There's some other ways you can do it, but this is sort of method that I like to use, is just to put them where I want them to be. And what I also like to do is to start out with the bigger crystals first, and then I'll fill in with the smaller ones. I'm just going to start putting these in different spots here. So, what are you saying? Your old granddaughter for 3 days. Oh, how fun, Joanne. Rebuilt the fence with the neighbors. Oh yeah, that sounds productive. And college football, awesome. We did I do a fantasy football league with my family, and so we did our draft this weekend. So that was a lot of fun. And I think I did pretty good on the draft. Thank you.
Put batteries in it.
Oh, this is the battery one. Okay, cool. Well, I've never used this one before. So let's see. All right, so I'm going to angle you back up for a second. So the Hotfix I was using before was a corded one, and this one's a battery operated one. I'm not sure how to use it because I've never used this one before, so we're just going to pull out the instructions and you guys get to learn with me. Alright, so holds and heats Hotfix crystals. Okay, so it says batteries, she already put batteries in it. Thank you, Beth, for delivering that to me. Close battery case, remove protective cap. That must be the protective cap. There we go. So I've got my Hotfix. It comes with the cap on it. So you can take the cap off. And we're going to turn it on. And you see it's got a light that turns on. Woo, there it goes. Alright, so that's how we get that started. You just turn it on and take the cap off. So now what we're going to do is, I've got some crystals placed. I put them already where I want them. You can actually pick up the crystals with the Hotfix applicator, but you don't need to do that because I'm just going to put them where I want them to begin with. And you can smell it kind of heating up the glue on the crystals. And the purple button is pressed. Ah, ooh, there we go. That's why it wasn't working. So you have to press this purple button down, and you can hear it make sort of a whizzing noise. Woo. It's heating up. You can smell it. You just hold that in place for a few seconds. Why is that not working? Ah, so that's supposed to pick it up. Haha, so that actually picks up the tool when you hold that, and then when you put it where you want it, let go of the button, and then that's going to activate the heat. So again, I've never used this Hotfix tool specifically before, so you guys get to learn with me. So in this case, we'll just press this over the crystal and hold it in place for a few seconds. And these are bigger crystals, so they'll probably take a little bit longer. Come on there, buddy. Stick with the smaller ones here. Alright. So once they're glued down, they should not move. I'm just going to go and sort of fill it in. So these bigger ones take a little bit longer because they have more surface area, so they're going to take a little bit longer to heat up the whole thing. Just hold that in place. Let's see if it says on here. I believe that if you're going to answer your question, Kirsten, sorry, I believe that you can hand wash it. I don't think it should go in the dryer. Let's see, it doesn't say on here, but yeah, you should never, anything handmade, it's always a good rule of thumb that you shouldn't put it in the washer or put it in the dryer, because that puts more pressure on whatever it is that you've made. So it's always a good idea to hand wash and hang dry anything like that. These big crystals sure do take a long time. I can smell it heating. There we go. All right. So that's pretty much how you use the Hotfix tool. You just put it down and heat it. And let's see, Joanna says, just cut a toothpick in half after I heat the crystal. I push down on the crystal with the flat side of the toothpick since the crystal is still hot. Oh, that is a good tip. Yeah, because they do get pretty hot when you're using it, because this sucker does heat up. So it's, I don't know if you can tell here, but you can see the adhesive on the back of the crystal. So it's got to heat up the whole crystal and then melt that glue, and so it'll adhere to fabric, paper. You want to be really careful with synthetic fabrics or materials, because you will melt the fabrics with the Hotfix tool. I made that mistake. I was trying to hot fix one of our shopping bags that we have, putting some crystals on that, and I melted a few holes in it with the tool. So this one is really handy because it does have that suction feature. And so you want to make sure and not hold the suction down while you're trying to place your crystal and heat it up. See, I did the cuff of ooh, I bet that was really pretty. Washed inside out, nothing rubbed on them, and they stayed just fine. Oh, well, that's good to know, Joanne. So the SS30s take a little bit longer to heat up and get for the adhesive to melt and get them in place. So just be patient. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want to crack the top or scratch or damage the tops of your crystal at all. So it's just a very slow, relaxing process. This would be a good project to do in front of the TV. We've got a whole bunch of different colors in both the Preciosa crystal and Swarovski. So you can do, there's a whole lot you can do with them. And we also have the regular flat backs, which don't have the adhesive on them, the regular chatons. But the Hotfix crystals are just a fun way to add a little bit of bling wherever you want. You can use them in jewelry. I'm not sure how they affix to metal. I've never experimented with that before, but they do work really well on fabric. So fabric and paper and any type of porous material that the adhesive can really grip into. I really like this little suction feature on this. This is a really cool thing. I've never used this one. So this is the Cordless Vacuum Hotfix Applicator with Spotlight. The item number is MS98-VC. Works really well. Again, you want to be real careful after you've put the crystal in place because it is still very hot to the touch. Put it on wood. Let's see if I have anything wooden in here that we can test it out on. Why not? It works on paper, so I would imagine it would work on wood. But that's a good question. All right, let's see if I have anything wood in here. Here, I have this little like box that we'll just test it out on the back to see how it works. Let's find out. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Oh, all right, so it did work. But because it's not quite as porous as the fabric, you can see you can't really tell, the glue kind of squished around, but it's on there. It's not going to come off unless I pick real hard. So to answer your question, Kirsten, yes, it does work on wood. It's always fun to experiment, isn't it? All right, so go ahead and continue sort of filling it in. Get some of these smaller guys here. Small ones go on really quickly. They don't take a lot of time to melt that adhesive on there. Come on. Oh, I thought I picked one up, but I didn't. This is a really fun tool. I really like this. This is much easier to use than the corded one that I was trying to get to work earlier. One thing I do like about the one that has the cord on it is that it comes with different size tips. So you're not limited. The vacuum one comes with 2 different size tips, so it's got a smaller one and a little bit larger. But this one, let's see, where did it go? Comes with several different sizes of crystal. So you've got, or of applicator heads. So you've got different sizes. You've got also these concave ones for some of the more decorative crystals, like the shaped ones. And then the flat head. I like this big flat head. Is really easy to use too. But unfortunately this one doesn't work. Probably left it on too long. My connection is weak. Oh no. I'm just going to keep filling in this. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do the whole thing, but so we'll just finish up part of it. So you can see the finished effect. And I like to use different size crystals when I'm doing it because I think it adds more interest to the piece. And but you can certainly just use one size and just fill it in. Just kind of go in a straight line or however you want to do it. There's really a lot of possibilities, and there's lots of different colors, like I said. But everything's better with a little bit of bling, I think. I think. So tell me, what would you hotfix if you won the Hotfix Crystal Applicator tool that I'm going to be giving away here on this post? I like the idea of doing picture frames. I also do a lot of scrapbooking, so I would probably use it in some paper crafting. I also want to see how the Hotfix does on leather, although from what I read, it's not recommended just because it doesn't work so well on non-porous materials. But if it works on wood, I would imagine it would work on leather too. Especially a suede leather would probably be really nice. You just gotta wait for the big crystals. They take a little bit longer to heat up. So I don't know about you, but I'm super excited for Bead Fest. For those of you who are local, I hope you guys can make the trip up to see us there. I know I'm a big fan of Candy Cooper, and she's going to be teaching some classes up there, and hopefully I'll have some time to take one of her classes and meet her. I'm really looking forward to that, and also just getting to meet all of you. So I've got 6 different make and takes that I'll be teaching. I'm really excited about that. I've never taught anywhere but here at Shipwreck and my daughter's school, actually. So this is going to be a new experience for me, and I'm really excited about it, and I hope that I'll get to see some of you there. It's going to be in Tacoma, again, October 13th through 16th. You can take workshops. There's tons of classes, make and takes, lots of shopping. I am so excited about it. It's been a while since Shipwreck has done any type of show, and so for us to be there having Bead Fest in our backyard, we couldn't miss it. So I really hope that you'll all be able to join us, and maybe even make a trip to the store while you're at it, because we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where Bead Fest will be held. But I'll be doing 6 different make and takes. The sparkle and twist bracelet that we did on a video, a pair of cup chain earrings. You can go to the Bead Fest website to check it out. It's a lot of fun stuff. And you're going to see me in my fancy new apron. My bedazzled apron. It's hard for me to not call it bedazzling. But this is way cooler than the old-fashioned bedazzler of back in the day. The one that I wanted so badly as a kid that my mom said no. Do you remember those videos in the bedazzler? Oh, man. It was like, what, early 90s, I think? Alright, so we're almost done here with what I'll do on the video, and then I'll post a picture of it finished. I just want to finish up this top part here so that you can see what it looks like when it's all done. Ah! I let it go too soon. Oh. So I know it's hard to tell because you guys can't see too much glare, but these are so sparkly, and this is so fun, and it's really, really easy to do too. I wouldn't recommend it for children if they're unsupervised, but this is definitely a great teen craft, especially heading back to school. You could decorate a binder with it, or, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with this tool, a lot of different things you can decorate and add a little bling to. So you could probably do wallets, or, like I said, binders, sort of personalize your back to school gear if you wanted, or if you have kids or grandkids. Could even get them in your school colors, do some school spirit. I know high school especially, you've got homecoming and all of those things coming up here in the next month or two. High school football is a great way to show your school spirit, get a little bling on. You could use your school colors, make something really cool. Go ahead and finish up this bee, and then we will we'll get going. Oh, come on. These big crystals are awful frustrating, just because they take so much longer to heat up. But I think the effect that they add with just the variation in size is just really, it just makes it more visually interesting, and I just like the way it looks better than just with using just one size. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and pick up these crystals for now, and I will finish this up off screen. This is a fairly time-consuming project. It is very simple, but like I said, it is very time-consuming, but I'm just going to hold this up so you can see it. So there is, so I didn't finish the bottom part of the bee, but you can see how sparkly and pretty that is, and just with the different sizes. It's going to look really cool when it's all finished, so I'll make sure and post a picture of that once I've got that all complete. So we'll angle you back up here and say our goodbyes for today. We've got the Hotfix Applicator tool that we'll be giving away. This one is corded, and it's got several different sizes. So if you're doing a large area, you can place all your crystals and then heat it all up at once. So this will be giving away. All you got to do is like and comment, share if you like, but you don't have to share to be considered to win. And maybe I'll even throw in some crystals too. If you want to win, make sure and comment. Let me know what you would do, what you would hot fix. That's what I want to know. I want to know what you would hot fix. Comment, like, and we'll announce the winner on Friday. I've got a special, well, I guess every video is kind of special, isn't it? But I've got a video planned for Friday at 4 o'clock, and I hope you will all be there to join me. So have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we will see you at 4 o'clock on Friday. Bye-bye.